We watched a movie from my new favorite series tonight.
Love it. I want to watch them all.
Lone Wolf and Cub.
It's amazing.
We watched the second movie in the series.
Yeah.
There are 6 movies. We watched the second movie, Baby Cart at the River Styx.
Yeah.
I believe that's the title.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it was like Baby Cart in the River of Styx.
So, these movies are based on an old manga series. Obviously, the movie itself is from 1972.
Yeah.
The writer of that manga actually was worked with these movies, so he was part of making the movies.
Was he Lone Wolf?
Yeah, he was yes, he was the Lone Wolf.
Okay.
So, and forgive me, sir, I don't remember your name, but the guy that okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the main character, our main actor, the Lone Wolf.
Man, he gives me hope.
He's awesome. He's the fattest samurai.
Chubby dude just kicking
But
ass.
he is badass, dude. When you look at his fucking eyes, you see death.
Yeah.
Like he does not fuck around.
He doesn't. He doesn't talk. Yeah, he doesn't
Not
talk that
much.
much in it. Nor does the kid. The kid's like, what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very, very little, cute Japanese kid.
With that hairstyle.
Goofy
so
haircut.
bad.
He mainly just says dad. He says papa, you know.
Counts.
Yeah, he can count.
Yeah.
He's very talented. So what are these movies about? So Ito Ogami is the character's name. He is the shogunate executioner. He's the guy, if you commit harikari, if you kill yourself ceremonially, he's your second. He's the guy that's going to cut off your head.
Okay.
So what they would do, this is how somebody would retain their honor. You know, they've disgraced themselves in some way, so how they retain their honor, they would kill themselves. So they'd take a knife, they'd sit down, kneel down, they'd slice up, and if they were real badass, then they would then go up this way. And so that was them killing themselves, and he would be the guy that would
Just end your
then
pain.
end it. Yeah, he would end it quickly. But you got to do the first cut.
Yeah.
So that was his job, and he got this job actually through battle. It was sort of, this comes out later. It was a battle between 2 of these guys, and he won this position. It's a very honored position. But the Yagyu clan was very jealous of this, and so they set him up. This is his first movie. This is the plot of the first movie. Well, the beginning of the first movie. They basically set him up to look like a traitor. And so his wife was murdered, and then he runs away with his kid, and he's on the road. He's a Ronin. He's an assassin. Demon path in hell is what he's on. So he gets paid to kill people, and that's what he does. He travels around with his little kid. He kills people, and everybody's always trying to kill him because the Yagyu clan's after him, the shogunate's after him. Everybody wants this dude dead, and he's the most badass swordsman there is.
Yeah.
And so he's just piles of bodies.
The fights are
wherever
quick,
he
too.
goes.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
I'll say, I asked about it when we were watching. I was like, is this, because I've always heard like the Mandalorian was kind of, they pulled kind of like the main story from it, and I could get it from this movie. Just dude and this kid just wandering around taking jobs and shit happens.
Gotta protect the kid. Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually watched The Mandalorian. I know that's kind of what people have. I've heard Lone Wolf and Cub brought up in reference to it. And you've seen them now, so
yeah, I definitely see it. I mean, not the beginning part because he finds the kid, but yeah, he's Mandalorian. He's a bounty hunter, and he's just protecting little baby Yoda. And saying he has a floating cart, but not a wooden cart.
Right. Does Baby Yoda's cart have weapons in it?
A couple episodes it actually does.
See that?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's very. This is like, you can see that where this movies like this, and this one specifically, you can see that anime where anime was influenced. And I'd like to point something out too, like the blood spray in this movie. This goes all the way back to Kurosawa. So Akira Kurosawa did Yojimbo, and then he did Sanjuro. It's the same character, the kind of lone swordsman archetype.
Yeah.
At the end of Sanjuro, in this fight, in the final fight, he kills. It's a very fast. It's like a one-hit kind of thing. But when he kills the guy, is when you get that the very first time in movie, in cinema history, when you get that blood,
The blood
sprays like this. And what happened was they had the pump. The pump was like over pressurized, and so it was supposed to just
it's kind of pulse out.
right.
Okay.
And it was an accident. And then you had the blood spray, and Kurosawa was like, "That's awesome. We're just going to keep that." And so then. From then on, and that was like in 62 or 63, sometime early 60s when that movie came out. That's where you see it in anime, in all these movies, when you see like that one cut and then the just blood. That's from that. That's where that style came from.
Badass.
This is the most. They're very gory samurai movies. Like usually, like especially the older movies in the 60s, like Kurosawa films. They couldn't really do a lot. It would just be a cut and the guy would fall over.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of that. They're just faking it. They're just falling down. But they definitely upped the practical effects. So you see some badass shit.
Love the head split in half.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like at the beginning too, like when side note or question. He had a special kind of sword. Was it called like a horse something?
I forget the Japanese word, but yeah, like the horse slayer sword. So it's like, I don't know if it's like heavy. Yeah, it's just heavier, but he just cuts through other people's swords.
Yeah. But okay. So all right, and then
he's fighting those. He gets attacked by those monks. I think is what you were talking about
at the beginning.
Yeah,
and he, like the dude tries to catch his sword
the guy's head,
and he's still talking.
He's talking to him while this.
Like, you're never gonna escape, and then just dies.
Well, he's holding it, and then his buddy comes up and jumps on his shoulders behind him.
Yeah.
So it's like slightly. Kind of, it's got that anime slightly goofiness to it, but it's still super violent, and the sword stuff is actually really good. Like I say, I don't remember the actor's name, the guy that plays the wolf, but dude, it's fast. He's chubby and he's fast.
Yeah.
And he's just got a great samurai presence.
That hair, that face, that stone cold look. You don't get that now. Now you got Vin Diesel and freaking, what's his name?
Vin Diesel.
John Cena.
Vin Diesel, John Cena.
Yeah, you don't have lone wolf.
No.
We need more lone wolves.
No lone wolf types.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Yeah. Definitely. I'll take a shot for that. Cheers. Oh, went down better this time.
Yeah.
So what's the setup of this movie? This movie, it's the second in the series. Our lone wolf, he gets hired by this city to go and kill. They produce dye. They produce indigo dye, and they make shitloads of money from it.
You can only make it in this city, apparently.
Yeah, and they got this special process, and the shogunate has sent in spies to find out their process. Well, they killed all those spies. They slaughtered all the spies in a very gruesome kind of way.
Oh, so that dude was a spy.
No, he was one of their people.
Okay.
The town murdered all the spies. They had him out in that mud field and were stabbing the shit out of him. And no, he was like the head dye guy, and he just got freaked out and said, "I'm fucking leaving. You guys are crazy."
Yeah.
So he goes to the next town, and if he makes it to the shogunate, like he's gonna give them all their secrets, and then they're gonna come in and take over the town or whatever.
The town's gonna lose 450,000.
Yeah. So they hire Ito Ogami, Lone Wolf and Cub, to 500 Rio.
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know what that transfers to today. a lot of money.
Yeah.
They hire him to kill this guy, and at the same time, though, the Yagyu clan is always after Ogami. So they send this. There's a group of ninjas, the Karawaka, something like that.
The Carl Walkers.
Yeah. Those ninjas, and then the knife bitches from the Yagyu.
Yeah, those ninjas.
And so they're after him while he's on his quest to go to find this guy, this Dai guy, and kill him.
So,
You want to talk about the knife bitches?
Yes, the knife bitches. Like, so what is the clan that's kind of hiring the women, the knife bitches?
Well, they're not being hired.
Okay.
The Yagyu, they're just part of the Yagyu clan. They're the original clan that hates his guts.
Okay.
So they just always hate him or trying
They
to kill
just
him.
went to the women and were like, hey, we got.
Yeah, they're like, you're the
help.
next in line to go after him, kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
But the process of how the leader of this, she's like, yeah, we're badass. Get your best ninja out here.
Yeah. Oh, you
Jump
doubt
into
our
the guard.
skills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ninja that gets chosen, he's like, that's just one jump. I can just jump into the garden. 8 witches roll up on this dude.
Yeah. So they're like trying to prove how badass they are. So you've got
They just all
this
ganged up on
ninja,
him.
and then you have 8 women in kimono with knives.
Dismember him.
It's so good. I mean, the first cut they make, they chop his ear off.
Yeah. Dude's still going, then chop off his nose, his fingers, hand,
Fingers, hand, other
foot,
arm. Literally,
And then he's
it's
trying
just
to roll out
it's
to the
just
garden.
a torso, and he's trying to get out of the room, and then they all run up and just.
Just like, see how good we are? You had a gang of people of one dude.
Murdered the shit out of that guy. Yeah.
And we see how long they lasted after that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of this movie. A lot of these movies. It's just lone wolf and cub. He's just pushing the cart. Little kids in there just chilling, and he's just angrily like walking through the wilderness. Beautiful shots too.
Yeah.
The movies look beautiful, but there's a scene where there's these like street performers. They're doing cartwheels. These
The
women.
first 3 of 8.
Yeah, they jump him, and he just no. They have no chance.
No.
It's like 3 cuts.
Yeah.
And I love it where it's like they're doing these flips and stuff, and he 1, 2, 3, and then you show him standing there, and he sheathes his sword, and then the women just follow him.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like the way they stylistically do that all the time, it's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect power fantasy.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, and then you got the radish,
The radish.
women, and, you know.
That is just flying through the kid's cart.
Yeah, they fucking throwing these radishes with knives in them. Kills them, no problem.
You said this was the kid's first kill?
I think so. Yeah, we'll get to that. So the cart is it's like booby. It's like rigged.
Yeah.
It's
with
got
knives in it.
It's got knives that come out the front.
Other swords.
He
and
can.
shit.
Ogami can take the 2 poles off the side and connect them into a spear. The blade flips out. And even there's the one point where when they're surrounded by the ninjas where Ogami is like, "You ready, son?" He's like, "Yeah." And he pushes the cart toward the 20 dudes, and the kid's just in the cart. He hits a button, and the blades come out and cut 2 dudes' legs, and cuts their feet off. So it's like a booby trapped. It's a gizmo. It's a super baby cart, weaponized baby cart.
I want that now.
Yeah. You got a baby. You could have one.
I could. I'll rig my stroller up for that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be balling.
So yeah, he's getting attacked, and he kills a lot of people.
Yep. Kills a lot of people. I about lost track. I was like, yeah, isn't he supposed to kill somebody?
Yeah, because
there's so much action.
the whole
going
first
on.
2/3
Yeah.
is him just being attacked by ninjas.
But it was so great because I got lost into it. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It's this dude wandering around and just killing people. Fuck yeah.
Actually, there's two good scenes involving his son that I really like. The first one is where he gets kind of wounded fighting the ninjas, and he's in the temple, and he's bleeding a lot, and his son's trying to get water.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I mean, he's a real little kid. He's a very little kid.
He's like 2, 3.
And he's like, he goes down to the river and he's trying to scoop up water and carry it, but the water runs out, of course.
Yep.
And he sees him thinking. He's like, oh, and then
Smart ass kid.
He gets the water in his mouth and then walks all the way back and spits it in his dad's mouth.
Yep.
And I'm like, I feel like that's exactly what a kid would figure out.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, definitely. Smart one.
But the one I really like is really great is eventually the ninjas they're talking with the knife bitches, and they're like,
oh, the remaining knife bitch.
Yeah, there's like one of her left and there's 3 ninjas left, and they're just like, we can't fight him head on, we gotta fight dirty.
I like how the knife bitch too is like, oh, I'm still greater than you, and he's like, to be honest, I got 2 people left in my team.
Yeah. Yeah. Put her in her place.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta fight dirty, we gotta kidnap this kid. So when he's sick, they lure his kid away, and they catch the kid, and they've got him tied up, hanging over a well.
Over this bottomless well.
Bottomless well. He will die immediately. And there's like 4 ninjas, and then the main knife woman is there, and they're like, I mean, put down your sword or we'll kill him. He's like, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna do it anyway. Right. Go right ahead.
Yeah, what's stopping you?
And it's such a good scene. The kid's hanging over the well, and the kid like kicks his sandal off.
Yep.
And then it shows the sandal falling down in the well, and you can hear when the sandal hits the bottom.
Yep.
And Ogami's like,
all right.
Oh, okay, now I know.
About 2 seconds.
Yeah, he knows now how long he has for the kid to fall. So he just immediately attacks.
Yeah.
He kills all the ninjas, and then at the last second stomps on the rope, because as soon as he attacks, they drop.
Yeah.
It was such a cool scene to me. The kid was smart enough to think of that, and his dad also was paying attention. It was like, oh, now I can attack. Goes in, he catches him, pulls his son up.
Yeah, I gotta look into the way of the demon, or whatever it's called.
The demon way in hell.
Yeah, demon way in hell.
Yeah,
I like.
Yeah,
die you die.
Yeah, their attitude is completely. It's very samurai, really.
Yeah.
It's very fatalistic. It's like we're on the path of death.
Yeah.
And actually, in the first movie, now I think about it, there's a great scene in the first movie when his mother gets killed, and they're about to leave their house, and he's like, he has his son, and he's like, he puts a ball, and then he puts the sword. He stabs the sword into the floor, and he's like, choose. If you take the ball, then you're going to live, I'll put you off, you'll live the normal life of a boy.
Yeah.
If you take the sword, you're going to live the demon way in hell.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And that little kid crawls up, and he grabs the sword. Okay. Now you know the way of death. You're like, we're going to go, all we're going to do is fucking kill people for the rest of your life. Oh, it's so good.
They didn't have therapists back then.
No. You worked it out with a sword.
Yep. You got paid for it too.
Yeah. You get paid stacks of cash. A whole city will hire you to kill somebody. So he deals with those people, but he's still got to kill the Dai Master.
Yes, that's being... the 3 people that are guarding him.
He's being protected by it. This has to be
Big Trouble in Little China.
The influence for the 3. I think in Big Trouble in Little China they're called the 3 Thunders.
Yeah, I think it's 3 Thunders. Yeah.
The guys that ride down on the lightning, they have the hats.
Yep.
They look. These guys. It's exactly
Identical.
those characters.
Yeah.
Minus the lightning.
Yeah.
But they've got the goofy weapons. One guy's got a claw. The other guy's got this like big metal spiked mace.
Yeah.
The other guy's got metal spiked fists.
Yeah, I'm still confused about the dude with the one claw.
He's just got one. He's got one claw.
Why not have two?
I mean, I guess he hadn't seen X-Men, so...
Damn you, Stanley. Why didn't you be born earlier, I guess. But yeah. So...
I like these guys a lot. The thing is, they're honorable.
Yeah.
They just got hired to protect this guy.
They have a code.
Yeah, they're not scumbag. They just got hired to protect the guy, whereas Ogami was hired to kill the guy. It's, you know, it's very much like they are respectful of each other's role in this.
So he knew that Ogami was coming after their guy on the boat.
They knew who he was.
Okay.
They knew he was an assassin, and they're like, why are you here? They figured it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like the group of thieves that get around all in one spot. Like I know why you're here. So I get that.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of the underworld thing.
Yeah.
Well, living on the demon way in hell.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys are living it.
Yeah.
So there's the Sahara deserts in Japan.
They're like, we're gonna go this way.
Yeah,
But definitely don't go this way.
It looks awesome, and you got, of course, you called it immediately. Yeah. People hiding under the sand,
and dudes just with the claw, just getting them one by one.
Oh yeah. So you got the three guys, the three thunders, or whatever they're called. And they're with another like 20 guys, and they're carrying a palanquin kind of thing.
That's what that's called?
I don't know what it's called in Japan, but yeah, it's a palanquin.
I never knew what those were called. A
palanquin is more like a throne that you carry. It's the Japanese version. That's the box.
Yeah.
So the guy's sitting in the box, and they're carrying him, and they're in the desert, and they're like, oh, look out, something's happening. And so the three thunders figure out loud they're under the sand. So the guy with the claw, who's the leader, he goes and he's just like stabbing his
right
claw
in their head, each one, and they're all screaming.
What I like though is you see the claw, and it's a close up of the sand, and then you see the blood start to kind of like come up out of the sand.
Yep.
And oh yeah, that'd be great. Cool. Thank you. All that deep fried goodness over there.
Gonna hate myself.
But like you're saying, the claws going to like the back of their head, and he's like plugging them up, and they're
just screaming.
Yeah, just screaming, blood going everywhere.
Just end it at that point. Cut my head off. I imagine that's so painful.
Mm-hmm. One thing I love about the Gore and older movies, going all the way back to Herschel Gordon Lewis, was just how bright red the blood is, right?
Bright, yeah.
It's like you don't see that now. It's like they up their blood technology to make it look more realistic, but I like the big red paint, the bright red. And it's just fucking
pops. You know what it is.
Yeah, I love that, man. I think it's perfect.
It's a chocolate syrup? No, it's not. It's fucking bright red blood.
It's the reddest of blood, and you know what it is when you see it. Paul's here tonight.
Oh, wow.
Paul on a Monday. Yeah.
He's got to guard his bar.
He's here after the shooting last night. Our favorite bar got shot up last night.
Yeah.
We're still here, though.
We're still here.
Die hard fans.
Yeah. I feel safer with the particle board.
Yeah.
Over there.
We're protected on that side.
I feel like they'll shoot more glass than they would particle board. Who knows?
Some of the cars got bullets in them too.
Yes, it did. It did. I was watching that. Yeah, there's a fight on Father's Day.
Father's Day shooting.
Somebody got beat up. He didn't like it, from what I gathered.
Yeah.
Got his gun shot. Yep.
That's the way it happens. That's the thing. It's like,
yeah. So I mean, you should do it the demon's pathway.
Yeah. Even if you're a gun nut and you always want to have your gun on you, I mean, it's not going to help you much if somebody just shoots through the window.
No.
It's like, nope. You better wear a fucking helmet and a vest wherever you go, I guess. Or you just say, well, you know, I'm walking the demon way in hell, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Not
going to
live my life as lone wolf.
You got my kid? I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
You going to kill him?
You're gonna do it anyways. Go ahead and do it.
I'm definitely going to fucking kill you first. So he fights the three thunders in the desert.
My favorite is when he gets the last of the thunders.
Dude, that
that slight cut.
That was fucking heavy, man.
Yeah.
This was like some death poetry.
It was. I wish I could remember that monologue.
He's like, so he kills the first two guys, no problem. The third guy, the kind of leader, just one cut to the throat right here.
It's like it's such an intricate
and you
cut.
see the skin part.
No blood comes out yet.
No blood yet. It's like it hasn't realized it's been cut yet. It's kind of, you know. And then the blood's spraying, and the guy he's sitting in the sand, and he's like, "Oh, that sound."
Yeah, I always wanted to make that sound.
Yeah, they call that the cold wind off the whatever. It's the perfect sound. You know, it's like the perfect death
sound.
sound.
I've always wanted to do it, but never been able to.
And now I hear it coming from my own neck. It's like,
yeah. It's much more poetic in the movie, but that's the gist.
Yeah, we're not doing it justice, but it's really good.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and the last thing he says is, "What a laugh!"
Yeah.
And then he falls over. He rolls down the hill, and then you see like the shots behind his head.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking fire hose of blood. I mean, you see the spray. It's a fucking hose.
Oh yeah, it's a hose.
It's so great.
And that's where he pretty much says game recognizes game.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in here.
Yeah.
Like all these movies have that. It's the samurai code thing. I mean, these movies will have it'll have your standard dirtbags.
Yeah.
Your disgusting ninjas. They're always shitheads. These fucking ninjas.
These ninjas.
Yeah, there's no honor in being a ninja.
There is.
But the samurai, there is still a code there. You know? And they respect.
We need more of that over here.
Exactly.
Code. We gotta have a code to implement.
Not to just shoot into a random bar or car.
Because I'm angry because I lost a fight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fucking get your ass kicked. Just, take it and learn a lesson.
Yeah, learn a lesson. Get stronger.
Don't accidentally maybe kill some people.
Or get drunk and be an asshole, I guess. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Oh.
We're getting to this, but I forgot. We have to talk about this scene before we quit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they're on the boat. The boat gets set on fire.
Oh.
Lone Wolf and Cub escape.
Yeah, knife bitch.
The knife bitch, the last knife bitch, attacks. He immediately attacks underwater. He immediately disarms her, and this just cats her. He's got her around the neck.
You're coming with me.
Yeah, swims to shore. They're in this like abandoned house or whatever, and they're wet. It's cold at night. Strips down the cub.
Yeah.
He takes his own clothes off. Takes the clothes off his son, and then he looks at her.
Yeah.
And it's totally setting you up to think, he's going to rape the shit out of it. He's had enough.
He's like, you tried to murder me like 20 times already.
Yeah. You're going to remember this with this dick. Like, you didn't understand the sword, maybe you'll understand the dick. It's like... and dude, your wife got up and is like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah,
she fucking left. Because he's like grabbing her and he's like tearing her clothes off and she's like, fuck you.
What are you doing? You're crazy. You're crazy.
He strips her naked, at least from the waist up. And he's like, and then he grabs her and he's like, you have to be warm for the night.
Yeah.
He's like, Daigoro, come
in the center. Yeah.
He's like, we'll all freeze to death if we don't do this. And so it was just a late night cuddle for warmth.
The thing is, if you're ever lost in the woods, desert, or whatever, or especially been reading, I've always heard, get clothes off. If you're with somebody else, skin to skin contact's the best way to get body heat.
Strip the nearest woman.
Yeah, the nearest woman you can find.
Whether she likes it or not, it's for her own good.
It's for everybody's good.
Yeah.
Apparently. But during that scene too, like I didn't know it was going to go to this point yet, but the kid, so he's in the middle between them.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like staring at the dad's nipples.
He punches the dad in the chest.
And then it goes to knife bitch's tits. And he's like
playing
nipples.
with them. He's playing with her nipples.
Because he hasn't seen boobs in years.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, what's
you're a
she
little
gonna
kid.
say?
You can get away with it.
And then there was some symbolism, like she was kind of lightly stroking Lone Wolf's sword there.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
She was wanting it. And then she just goes away.
She walked out later in the morning with such a look of shame. Like, you thought she had been raped.
Yeah.
She's like, I like this night too much. And I feel bad about it.
She got to play stepmom for a bit.
Right, yeah.
And trying to kill this family this whole time.
And she even shows up at the end. She pulls her sword at the end, and he pulls his sword, and then she's like, she just drops it immediately. She can't do it.
Does she come back?
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
But I've only watched the first 4 movies, so... But yeah, no, she's gone as far as I've seen now. But yeah, that's kind of the end. He kills the dye merchant. I mean, he's like, get out of here. And he's like, courtesy of Lone Wolf a Cub, and he's just fucking.
At least you know who you died by.
Don't even get him a chance to pray to Jesus. He just fucking kills his ass.
His last prayer or something.
Yeah.
Sent off a pigeon. Should we get into scores now?
Yeah, I'll go. This is, I mean, there's not. I've watched, like I say, I've watched 4 of these movies. There's not one I have not loved.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are a little bit slower paced than this one, but this is a 5 out of 5. Absolutely. Every one of these movies I've seen so far, I have liked a lot. They've got the right amount of action. The gore is really good. The blood is good. Just the Lone Wolf character, he's such a fucking badass.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact he's fucking chubby.
Chubby and gets shit done.
He's chubby, but man, he's fucking fast. When he fucking knocks the blood off his sword, I don't know if you noticed that fucking move when he does that shit, but I love it. That's straight out of Iaido. Like, that's he does this one, but there's one where he knocks the blade and flips it over.
Yeah.
Like he hits it.
I've seen that movie.
That's you see that in Iaido, which is sort of the art of drawing and cutting.
Yeah.
So they got some real martial arts into this, and you can see it in how they use their swords, how people hold their swords. It was very good, and then the gore, the over-the-top gore is fucking awesome. It's so great. So yeah, definitely 5.
Yeah, 5 for me as well. Like, I love the blood spray. I love the action. Like, the sword fights were awesome in it too. Like, they were quick. They weren't drawn out. On
We're not clanking back and forth.
Clanking.
It's just movement, and it's fast.
And I've always heard, like, typical sword fights don't last that long. They're quick. And I enjoyed that with this movie. You had those kills, and he had a chubby dad bod dude just killing. It was amazing. And he did it like a badass, and his face was awesome. And
His face was
awesome, and I want to get... So what is the attire that he wears? What is that called? It's not a gi.
He's not. I mean, he's basically, he's got a hakama on.
Hakama, okay.
That's the pants.
Yeah.
I mean, you could call it you could call it a gi. A gi just means uniform.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, he's basically got layers of robes.
Yeah.
He's got his gi strapped over that. I mean, but he's not wearing a full. He's not wearing a full kimono like men do. Where men have their version of kimono, which would be the robe that goes over that. But he's just wearing a hakama and shirt that's full of. I mean, I got a hakama in my car.
I want to be him for Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I want to be.
I like he's got a blue hakama, and then it goes, the cut in the side goes really low.
Yeah.
It's very different than the one I have. I like the scruffy lone swordsman. I mean, that goes all the way back to Yojimbo. That's Yojimbo and Sanjuro. His character is very much similar to that kind of lone swordsman, the Ronin archetype.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't, he's not kept his, because the samurai, the proper samurai haircut is shaved.
Yeah.
And then the top knot here.
Yeah, he's got crazy hair.
It's just growing out, and he's got the top knot still, but it's just growing out everywhere. Yeah, he's
just a badass. Doing the demon path. Whatever it's called.
the demon way in hell.
Demon way in hell. God damn. Gotta get that right.
And then it's like going through the 6 hells and the 4 deaths or something.
Oh man, when he was telling his son too, he's like, "You'll see your mother on the river of Styx."
Yeah. The kid's just
Damn, that's dark.
The kids just look at him like,
okay,
yeah.
that's my life.
It is. Yeah, that kid's fucked up. He's gonna be fucked up. I want a sequel as him as an adult.
Oh, fuck yes. That'd be amazing. Hopefully you don't die in the last movie.
All right, there you go. 5 out of 5. This is a Criterion collection. It's an awesome collection. It's got
the box art looks amazing.
Yeah,
too.
it's got good essays. I haven't watched the extras yet, but
It's good transfer. Good transfer.
It looks amazing. Very, very well transferred. Very well shot. They're beautiful movies. I think it was $60 for 6 movies.
I mean, yeah.
It's a fucking
That's steal.
Criterion. It's a fucking steal,
Yeah.
man.
Get it.